All right, guys, welcome back. Episode 2 of Season 3/2.5. We're back again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Happy to be back. Big things in store. I'm excited about today's episode.
Yeah, it should be fun. We hope you guys enjoyed Episode 1. If you haven't watched Episode 1 yet, make sure you go back and either listen to it on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, or watch the YouTube version, which is a more intricate, complex version of the episode.
Production value, we're up in the ante here. Gun is not edited for nothing, so y'all need to tap in on that.
And there might have been a few little audio things in the first episode, and we're testing things out again in the second episode, so bear with us on that. I think 90% of the episode will be good, though.
Yeah.
So
nobody's perfect. We want to give you that that real raw, unfiltered. So work with us through the process.
Yeah, y'all are in the trenches with us right now.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting this thing back up and running. We're in our apartment. We're on the couch.
If y'all could only see this apartment right now, as you can probably see from behind us,
we got the Christmas tree.
It's the place to be.
It's a hub. It's a hub for sure.
We keep we let it be known, we keep Christmas tree up
year round.
We had 2 at one point. One in December, and then one from last December.
Yeah, there was a transition period where one was on its way out and one was coming in. So,
we had some people say fire hazard.
Knock on wood.
We didn't really buy into it too much.
We got a fire extinguisher somewhere in here.
It's not a hazard till it happens.
We can make it. We can recover pretty easily. I hope. Knock on wood, which this floor's fake wood.
We got a couple solo cups full of water. It'd work out. But yeah, so as we mentioned in episode 1,
right?
Dane, how you feeling geopolitically lately?
Geopolitically, we had a hot spell where in the beginning of the year there seemed to be a lot going on, a lot of current events popping up here and there.
Yeah.
I think things have cooled a little as we enter the summer. The vibes are high. People are feeling better. People are on vacation, so they're not quite as worried about what's going on in Colombia. But there's still obviously the war in Ukraine is a big factor.
Definitely.
Anything you've been seeing on the streets?
Geopolitically, I was tapped into this whole I had my eye on China. Just recently saw that they flew a fighter jet real close to one of our fighter jets out in that the East China Sea or something. Don't quote me on that. Taiwan Strait, East China. China.
So are you sure that's China, or is it?
No, it was a China.
I think it's extraterrestrial.
I could now.
Or UFO.
Two separate geopolitical entities. So China, and I'm no China hater. It's all love over here for everybody. But they're getting a little feisty towards us. They came real close to a jet. But then a lot of people are asking why we got our jets out there. Not for me to answer.
Because we're up to no good too. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I'm just keeping tabs on everything geopolitical.
I'm not 100% worried about China because I've said this before. They got a population issue. If we really want to get into the weeds,
we could get geopolitical.
If we really want to get,
they're in crisis demographically.
They're in crisis. Their birth replenishment rate is too low. It's under 1. I think it's like 0.6 or something. Don't quote me, but it's somewhere in that region. And so over the next 10 to 15 years. They're going to slowly run out of people to sustain their economy, their manufacturing, their workforce, especially because of their one-child policy in previous decades where, they were shipping off little girls. They weren't keeping them. They're going to still be a force. They're still going to be a player in geopolitics. But I think the U.S. is cemented to still be in the picture on a large scale. As we move forward.
I tell you what I got my eye on geopolitically is, I don't know how deep you've gone into this, but I've been deep into the semiconductor arm race. You've been tapped into that at all? Little semiconductor,
does that have anything?
The CHIPS Act.
Does that have anything to do with Taiwan?
It's got Taiwan connection.
Yeah,
so Taiwan is the hub for these semiconductor chips, and from what I understand, can't really do most things that we need technologically without these semiconductors. So there's almost a little arms race. China wants the semiconductor technology. Biden came through with the CHIPS Act, said, hey.
Aren't we making chips in Venezuela or something now? Or
no, we got some like Scandinavian kind of European chip situation with, I want to say, like a Netherlands. But then we also are plugged in with Taiwan. We got Taiwan's back. We're hooking them up with some aid militarily. They're nice with the semiconductor, and we all know China's got their eye on it.
So the question is, do China invade Taiwan?
Yeah, they probably will. But it's really
Is that World War III though?
Because
Taiwan has a lot of more economic interests, like you said.
It's hard
to us.
It's hard to say right now. I could see it getting spicy, but then again, China's got their own issues. The citizens weren't loving that COVID lockdown. There was some kind of.
That's what I'm saying. I think China has its own turmoil. I think if they're gonna get us, it's through the technology, which they already kind of are. It's not gonna be an outright war necessarily. It's not gonna be boots on the ground. It's going to be more digital warfare.
Yeah, it's going to be. I read a book about a fictional scenario where China starts a war with us based off of Taiwan. Didn't leave me feeling very optimistic, but I'm not going to get too into it.
You know what I was thinking the other day? I'm like, I want to read like a positive book about our hopes for humanity. Like I see a lot of negative.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're all drawn to the negative storylines. Like you look at the news, exactly. I want some positive news. I want as a historian or a scientist to write a positive book about what they feel where we're headed. I mean, not everything's going to be good, but like let's.
There's got to be something out there that they feel good about. Like I'm looking for a historian or like one of these big idea type guys to say, hey, you know what? There will be some good maybe in the next 20 years because it gets bleak. If you go too deep, it gets bleak.
Yeah, it gets bleak. One thing that has my hopes up is I recently read that we've curtailed the worst case scenario for climate change through our efforts over the last 20 years. So instead of the earth being so hot that we can't really even sustain life, it's looking more into the mid tier of a bad situation.
So it's like we're not going to be devastated. No. We're just going to be a little less than devastated.
Life will be altered either way with climate change, but we're not anywhere near worst case scenario now because of the changes that people have made, the government has made. I'll give them a little credit on that. Obviously, there's a lot more that they can do, and especially with these corporations and their output. Also, fuck paper straws. I'm not fucking using a paper straw, dude. They're talking about that's good for the guy. No, freaking all these big major corporations, pharma, all of them, they pollute. They need to fix their pollution, not me when I want to enjoy a Coca-Cola.
So my thing is like I'm obviously 100% locked in and dedicated to making our Earth a better place, but the turtles got to figure it out because the straws are getting soggy.
They get soggy in 2 seconds.
They get soggy in the
drink.
And
it's like I'm trying to enjoy a ice cold beverage. I mean,
and I can't go no straw because
I
it's
go
a
no
little
straw sometimes, but
it's a little sensitive on my front teeth.
Yeah.
I don't like the soda touching my front. You were the innovator in this. You said you can save your teeth when you drink soda by just going straight to the gullet, straight in the back.
Yeah,
don't let the soda touch the teeth.
Yeah.
So ever since you told me that, I don't let soda touch my teeth. And when I have to go strawless, it's like my two front teeth, the two most visible.
It gets filmy. Yeah, it gets filmy.
And it's like, I don't want that on there.
Well,
And that's another thing about a straw. It goes straight to the gullet. There's no teeth involved.
I read that somewhere when I was in the midst of my struggles with the dentist and cavities. I had 5 at one visit about 4 years ago. And recently, I had one about a couple weeks ago, cavity free.
I haven't gone to the dentist in a little bit. I canceled my last appointment about.
You need to go. Hey, I'm on 6 months shit now. I've been the last 6 months. I got a new dentist. No more Riccabini. Fuck Riccabini. I'll say it right here.
Is it frightening? Was it frightening going in there?
No, it was cool. It's the one. It's the Flowers one.
I get sweaty
next to McDonald's. I hate the dentist.
I get sweaty.
But this is the best dentist experience I've ever had. The last time I went, because I had the same girl who was cleaning my teeth, same doctor, good vibes.
There's a familiarity.
They saw me. Riccabini, I get a fucking new person and a new doctor that I've never seen before every time I go in there. It's big money. I will say it right here. If you're a Clayton person, you know. If you have ties to Riccabini, I'm sorry. They're a conglomerate. They're money laundering for something else.
You heard it here first.
That's my final
You heard it here first. And just to wrap things up geopolitically, shout out Turkey. Just had a runoff election. I think the guy we wanted to win lost.
Sucks.
But
anyways,
that was us getting a little geopolitical. Thanks for tuning in.
Speaking of geopolitics, our topic for today, our promotion and relegation topic, the 3 promotion, the 3 relegation. We're doing it today on desserts. Promotion, relegation, desserts.
There's a lot of desserts out there. We're going to be talking about which desserts do we need to see after dinner more often, and which desserts can we kind of just like let's chill on them a little.
They need to leave the conversation when we're talking about dinner party, friendly party, meeting up with
work
people,
party, Golden Corral.
We don't need to see these things on the table on our bottom three. On our top three, we think
we need more.
Either they're underappreciated, or we just need to see more of them out and about.
Do you want to kind of dive in and kind of talk about our sponsor for today?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
So we would like to thank our sponsors from the guys over there at Great Value and Walmart, specifically.
Great company.
Great Value soy sauce, all-purpose seasoning. Want to get a look at this? If we could maybe get that blown up above us. Okay.
Yeah.
Great Value soy sauce. I don't know about you, but I've kind of fallen in love with soy sauce. And speaking,
I use it every day.
Speaking specifically to Great Value, it's a great value.
I shop at Walmart exclusively now. I have left Food Lion.
Grip that.
Walmart has better deals. They have better bulk pricing. They have better selection. And the soy sauce is getting all over me now. The cap was not closed, people.
But we don't care because they're our sponsor. Get a little. How's it hitting?
Kind of hits.
Salt?
You want to take a pull?
I'll do that off camera. Trust me, folks.
So what do we think about the branding?
It looks artisanal. If you get rid of that Great Value logo...
It's a little damp right now, so excuse
yeah,
that.
if you get rid of the Great Value logo, it almost looks like it'd be sitting at a little sushi restaurant ready for you to lock in on. I'll tell you can I tell you my soy sauce story?
Yes.
I never much thought about soy sauce until college. Shout out to both of our dear friend, Jack Davenport. Jack, if you're watching, this story's for you. He was cooking asparagus. I'd always gone with like a very salt, pepper, lemon kind of asparagus situation, and he started putting soy sauce.
I always get soy sauce
in his asparagus, and I have never made asparagus without soy sauce, and I have had people tell me that I make the best asparagus because of the soy sauce.
That's the only way I've ever had it prepared, and
does it hit? I've made you my soy sauce asparagus.
Yeah, I've had Jack's and I've had yours.
Whose is better?
So I don't remember them distinctly enough. I think they were both the same.
He's being nice.
Same recipes.
Jack put the blueprint down. I took it to the next level. But this is about the soy sauce.
So yeah, thank you so much to Great Value Soy Sauce, a big partner for the podcast moving forward. And now let's get back into the episode. All right, guys, we're into the main part of this episode. We're doing promotion and relegation desserts. So we're going to give our top three promotion right now in this section. We're going to start with number 3. So this is my number 3 pick for promotion. Lemon squares.
Ooh.
And this is the one I thought you might.
No, I didn't include that one. I think our lists are going to be good.
So look, I had another one in this spot, but it's something that's more of a specific recipe. I will give it a shout out.
Great pick, brother.
Pineapple crunch. My mom makes it. It's a southern dish that's not quite as mainstream that I love. That was my kind of honorable mention. Taking a spot, lemon squares, because there's something about a lemon square, the texture, the pop that I'm a huge fan of lemon and lime citrusy flavors, and putting it in dessert form with just kind of the way all the pieces come together, the graham cracker on the bottom kind of feel
the texture, the gelatinous goo, but it's solid.
But it's solid. It stays together. It's like a brownie. You keep it stays together.
Let's see if we agree here. They're better cold.
Yeah, they're better.
So you get them cold, that powdered sugar on top.
Yeah. Well, look, I can eat them hot. Like, let's not kid ourselves.
I could eat them hot, cold, anything in between. They are absolute gas pack.
They're so good. And like they're poppable. I mean, a lot of them come in that regular size. I mean, I can get down 4 or 5 easy.
They're danger, and I like them because they're fresh. That you don't feel like you're bloated and heavy. It's got almost kind of like a forward momentum to the snack.
That's why I like lemon and lime so much, because it gives you that pop, that burst. It feels clean. It feels light.
Now that I think about it, I don't love like lemon meringue pie or key lime pie, but I love lemon squares.
I do. I like key lime. I recently had key lime pie at my mom's birthday that I got for her, and I hadn't had it in a while, and it surprised me. It was very good.
I might have to revisit.
It's strong though. It's big. It's big. Lime is a bigger flavor to me.
We don't have to get into it too much. I get a little bit of sunscreen toothpaste from key lime pie, but
I get a little sunscreen from like some coconut flavor.
You won't find coconut on my list.
Yeah, I like coconut in certain contexts. In this context, though, no. Lemon squares, a great dessert. While we've been talking, I just thought of another dessert that could have made my list, but I will not say it because you might have it on yours. So that's my number 3 pick for promotion. Matt, what are you thinking?
My number 3 pick for promotion, Loft House cookies.
Okay, we're going brand specific.
It's a very specific. Now,
is there a specific type of cookie that you're talking about?
No, okay, so this is what I mean by Loft House cookies. Can we get a picture right here? Thank you, Dan.
That's the full screen.
That is the cookies you probably had at school. They are the sugar cookies with the icing on top and the sprinkles, and they get cakey and chewy in your mouth.
With the icing.
Yes, they come in. Yeah. So they come six per plastic. You pull them open. Here's the thing about these. These are the most divisive cookies.
They are divisive for some
people
reason.
Either love them, like me, or they hate them. Me personally, the actual cookie base, flaky, gooey.
It's very soft. It's almost doughy.
It's like it's not finished almost.
Is it even cooked?
It doesn't feel cooked
at all.
It doesn't feel cooked. And you eat one bite, and that bite might linger for the rest of your day.
No, like it's a little heavy.
You gotta take out a full water bottle to clear out a mouth after those. Then you got that good frosting. That's good frosting on those. And it's like, I like a vanilla, and it's vanilla heaven. And I like that it lingers because you get a little, it stays with you. Another thing I like about the old Loft House is you always get them in a situation where you're not quite expecting it, right? They show up often at birthday parties for people you don't quite know, work parties, neighborhood pool parties.
Yes.
Kind of maybe like a Friendsgiving from an auxiliary type friend. You show
like a girlfriend's friends.
A girlfriend's Friendsgiving. You show up with the Loft House. And here's what I like about Loft House as well. I know people don't love Loft House cookies, so if I show up somewhere bringing them, I kind of know I'm probably going to get at least 3.
Yeah, that's true.
Because
and the people that are going to gravitate towards them are your kind of people.
Exactly. It's a good icebreaker. It's like,
it is a good
if you like those cookies, I instantly can trust you. And if I'm not saying I don't trust you if you don't like them, it's just something we have to work through. So yeah, fair. Loft House cookies. I've rode for them for a long time. And I will continue to.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, my favorite dessert ever is probably cookies, but I didn't want to go into that realm. But that's so specific that I think it works in this context because it's
its own thing. It's its own type of cookie.
For a moment, I thought you meant Pepperidge Farms when you first said it. Those are different class.
Those are fine.
Yeah, there's different variety. That's why I was asking variety. But
you had a little phase. You've had a phase.
Yeah, I like them here and there.
They're not little Milano bite, yum, but they're not Loft House.
Who knows? That might be in a relegation battle. It might be 17-16.
Okay.
We'll have to see.
That might be mid-table.
All right, so moving on. My number 2 pick for desserts for promotion is chess pie.
Okay.
You know chess pie.
I know chess pie.
Chess pie.
I know chess pie.
Is delightful. That's the best way I could describe it.
Great name.
If you've ever been to Angus Barn in North Raleigh, they have the maybe second best chess pie I've ever had. My mom's chess pie is pretty dang good. But for me, it's the consistency. It's a little hard on the top, but it's gooey brownie in the middle.
For people maybe not as cultured and kind of I think it's a kind of more of a southern dessert. Can you just kind of break down when you're looking at a piece of chess pie? What are we looking at? What makes chess pie chess pie?
So I'll put a picture here of the chess pie, but basically it looks like a chocolate pie from the top down, but it's a lot more than that. Like you hear chocolate pies, people are like, oh yeah, you get the traditional chocolate. Chess pie has depth to it, even though it looks like one block. What I would compare it to is kind of like a brownie, but with so much more complexity and a way different texture, especially because you have the crust on the bottom and around. So you really get that pie feel while having, the palate of the hard top and then the gooey middle.
There's a sophistication to a chess pie. There's thought behind how it's not just, chocolate pie, crust at the top. There's things in that chocolate that make it chess pie, and I'm not sure what they are yet.
No, I am not either. That's why I'm trying to describe. I'm trying to think what the flavor is, and I can't even because it's not
got a moussey texture to it too.
Not, but yeah, that's the thing. It's not chocolate. It's chocolate and like 3 other things that make up its main flavor profile. So I'll have to look into that. But
I think maybe now that we're thinking about it, part of what makes chess pie so special is what is chess pie? We don't really know. It's just chess pie.
And it just hits. And sidebar a little bit, chess pie with a scoop of vanilla ice cream is tough to beat. You put it on top, you let it melt a little bit, boom, it's so good. I've got on the wave recently, actually in the last 5 years. My mom started making it, had some at Angus Barn a couple times, and now it's a Christmas dinner staple.
I'm a new convert. My fiance, shout out to my fiance. Her mother makes a delicious chess pie, and
chess pie.
I wasn't hip, had it because I'm not a chocolate guy. Which we might.
See, that's the thing too. I'm not a big chocolate guy. That's why I'm saying it's
spoiler
not
alert.
Chocolate pie.
There's some chocolate on my relegation.
Okay.
So, but chocolate chess pie is actually
But that's the thing. It's not a chocolate pie. It's chess pie. It's something completely different, and that's why it is in my number 2 spot.
I love it. I love it.
What you thinking?
My number 2 spot for promotion, something that needs a little bit more love. Coke Float.
Ooh.
Coke Float.
Nah, I can't believe I didn't think of that one, dude.
I thought we might share this one. I'm happy you didn't put it on your list. Now, let's break down the Coke Float, okay? We both went to NC State, Wolfie Gang. Fountain Dining Hall, they had the soft serve machine, okay? Here's how you make a Coke Float. You need soft serve vanilla ice cream. You could do scoops with the Breyers for a little homemade situation. It's not going to be the same.
That's what a lot of mine have been because I don't have access to an ice cream machine. But
yeah, I don't either, but you know
most people at home are
they're good regardless. But I'm talking about my ideal Coke Float. So
okay, ideal, yeah.
Has to be vanilla ice cream.
Yeah, there's
vanilla ice cream. Fill the cup up with the vanilla ice cream.
Yeah.
Like it's not like half the cup. It is a full cup of vanilla ice cream. You pour the Coke in. You have to be very careful when you pour the Coke in because there is a chemical reaction that happens. You get a lot of foam. You get the foam out of there. It's not like beer. It's not going to turn into. It's not like the foam turns into Coke. The foam will stay foam, and it will trick you. You will go back to your table. You will sit down, spoon. It's all foam and ice cream. You're confused. You got to get rid of the foam. You got to pour more Coke. Get rid of the foam. Pour more Coke. You should have Coke, vanilla ice cream submerged in Coca-Cola.
Yeah,
and there is just something about the carbonation of the Coke with the creamy vanilla ice cream. It just blends so well. And we love vanilla Coke.
Oh,
like I'm sure there'll be an episode where we dive into some soda talk, but vanilla Coke is that's a classic for me and Dan.
Yeah.
Vanilla, a Coke Float
flavor
is a vanilla Coke cranked up.
Very few things are made like a match in heaven, like Coca-Cola and vanilla ice cream.
And it's so versatile.
Bro, and it just hits in every situation because it's like a drink, but it's also
I was about to say.
ice cream. It's like a dessert.
You can attack it 2 ways. You can eat the ice cream that's been influenced by the Coke and then drink the Coke afterwards.
That's what I do.
You can mix
different techniques.
You can mix it all up, make it one concoction, knock it back. Some people go straight spoon. You can go straw if you get it fine enough. Little cheat code here. You can go to Wendy's, okay, and you can get a Coke Float from Wendy's where they use the vanilla frosty. It's gas packed. You can go to Culver's, get a Coke Float. It's gas packed. I'm not just stopping at Coke Float. Cheerwine Float.
Oh, bro, yeah, that's what I was about to say. Any soda pairing, like Sunkist Float's good, Dr. Pepper Float's good, root beer Float might be better. Root beer and Coca-Cola Float they're fighting neck and neck to be top dog. I think both of those are so good.
You know what? Shout out to my brother Hank. He came up with this. He will go Sprite rainbow sherbet.
Whoa.
For like a little more of a tropical citrusy.
Sprite vanilla don't work. I don't think it does. But Sprite sherbet.
It's sherbet. It's not. You wouldn't want to go Sprite vanilla ice cream. You got to go Sprite sherbet. It's citrus on citrus. It's kind of like more of a tropical summer type thing. But Coke Float, undeniable, undefeated. I'm realizing now I haven't had one recently.
They're so good.
I need one.
And so my technique for eating a Coke Float, I know everybody's different. have the ice cream, you have the Coke, you let it settle a little bit, foam at the top. I go spoon in, I look for the good chunks of vanilla ice cream, and I make sure it's got all that Coca-Cola goodness, a little bit of foam, and bite that down. Then when all the main clumps of ice cream are gone, then you suck that thing down.
And when you drink the Coke the vanilla ice cream had been in it, it's almost like homemade vanilla Coke.
Yeah, I think it's a different.
It's even better.
Dimension.
It has a different kind of consistency.
It's like creamy. Like the consistency is also a factor. So yeah, there's just a lot of good going on with a float. I'm mad I didn't pick that one.
I had one a day in college for a while there.
Yeah,
like
we
if
had two. If we went back, sometimes I get when it was so good I had to go back.
And we tried to put people on. They didn't seem to flock to it like we did.
Root beer float was because they had a root beer in that lineup at Fountain. So I was running the root beer.
People were. I always. It was rare when people would approach the soft serve machine with the cup.
Yeah, we did look a little weird when we were doing that. But you know what? Fountain Dining Hall is Wild West. So, I mean, people are doing all types of craziness to get their...
I agree. So
to get their fix.
Coke float.
All right. So, my number one pick for promotion for desserts is banana pudding.
Yes, sir.
An absolute classic.
Yes,
and
sir.
I know that if you're not from the South, you might not be as familiar with banana pudding, although I do think it has a national reach. Banana pudding is spectacular. It's two things that you wouldn't normally think would work, but they just mesh so well together with the meringue and the banana pudding, and then also the vanilla wafers, and they get softened, and then when you get a good bite of cookie with all the different factors coming together, it's truly, as I said earlier, delightful.
Talk about danger.
And you know what? It's my I know this isn't a favorites list, but it is my personal favorite dessert. And I put it number one because I truly think that it needs more recognition from the wider dessert community. I think that sometimes it gets pushed off and disrespected because, like, on the surface, banana pudding doesn't necessarily sound great. And I'm not even like a crazy huge banana guy. Like, it doesn't even.
I like banana Laffy Taffy.
Yeah, I don't even...
Which apparently a lot of people don't like.
I like a banana, but I don't like banana-flavored things typically. This doesn't even taste like banana. It's like a completely new flavor that gets concocted. The consistencies are great. And look, there's a wide debate. My girlfriend likes banana pudding, but she likes it cold. I grew up with hot banana pudding. But both are good options.
You can have both. Now,
room temperature banana pudding might be in that conversation.
Let it be said that for me as well, like we bond over this. Like, it's my favorite dessert. Like, if it's out there, I'm getting it. But here's the thing. You can make banana pudding in a way that is almost disrespectful to banana pudding. And thank you. I was just about to say it.
Smithfield's.
If you go to Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue, they do a lot of things well. And if this is a different episode, I would sing their praises. But this is about banana pudding.
We'll do something with Smithfield's later.
When you go, if you get banana pudding, and this is for people that aren't familiar, because I don't want you thinking that one thing is something that it's not. When you go to get a banana pudding, and it is just a yellow pudding with 3 vanilla wafers on top.
It's not.
That's not banana pudding.
Yeah,
banana pudding comes from an oven.
Yeah. No, that is a very important
banana pudding
statement.
has a crust.
That's a very important statement.
Like,
because
banana pudding has bread running through it.
Yeah.
Because I made the mistake of getting banana pudding from Smithfield's, and it pissed me off. Because no one wants pudding that's just flavored like banana. It's gross.
It's cold banana flavored pudding that tastes artificial with regular Nilla wafers.
Have a Nilla wafer with it.
It's so disrespectful, and it's something that I would never expect from Smithfield's. But growing up in this area, my mom was I would see it on the Smithfield's menu because Smithfield's is like my favorite fast food growing up. And I would see, I want banana pudding. My mom's like, no. Banana pudding at Smithfield's is trash. But I'm not all going in on Smithfield's. There's a lot of places. I've been to soccer camps where on the dessert lineup, it's just banana pudding with those little Nilla wafers on top. Like not even enough vanilla wafers to cover like a serving for one person. So it does get disrespected. You've got to get it made the right way.
Old Southern women make the best banana pudding.
My mom's banana pudding is pretty damn good, and her recipe is from her grandma. And I'm sure your family other people's families might have good banana pudding recipes. Deja's mom has a good one, my girlfriend, and it's a little different than what my mom makes, but it still has the same composition, and it's respected, and it's made well.
If you are making it with care, and it's not just like, okay, if it's just pudding that's flavored banana, it's a non-starter. I need to see bananas.
It's got to have that meringue film.
It needs to have that kind of white kind of meringue. It needs to have a lot of vanilla wafers. I've seen it made with those chess cookies, the little ABC. You seen those square ABCD?
Yeah.
Those are fine too.
That's how Deja's mom.
So and it needs to have the bread running through There needs to be some type of bread, kind of. We'll put a picture up of good banana pudding, and then we'll also.
This is good banana pudding, and this is
bad banana pudding. Yep.
And if you're ever, I don't know how much reach it has, but if you're ever in the South, there are some good restaurants out there that make some.
If you go to a barbecue restaurant that's a buffet, they'll have a good banana pudding.
If you go to McCall's in Goldsboro, formerly of Clayton, they got the best example of a banana pudding I think you could get from a commercial.
It's got to be a barbecue restaurant that is like the inside sucks and they're not trying to be cool.
And there might be a couple flies linked.
Yeah. It's like your table's a little sticky. Mm-hmm. They have good banana pudding. If you go to one of these new barbecue spots where they're everything comes out cool and they give you like pickled red onions and a cool pimento cheese, jalapeno, homemade sausage.
Twist on your southern favorite.
It's like cool. I like that, but they don't have good banana pudding. They're probably trying to do too much with it. You need a banana pudding that's made in a huge-ass aluminum tray in a convection oven, and they're cranking out 20 of them.
Facts.
That's good banana pudding.
So that's my number one, banana pudding. I was thinking that Matt might have had it in his top 3 too, but he didn't because he knew I would probably have it. So I'm interested to see what Matt's number one is.
I knew he was going to have... All right, so here's my number one. My number one dessert in need of a little more discussion, in need of promotion, is tiramisu.
You're not going to like me later.
We'll talk about it. So here's me, okay?
No.
I love a good tiramisu. I love that coffee flavor. I love a tiramisu that's dusted with espresso powder. I love a tiramisu that has layers. Tiramisu is moist cake soaked in coffee, soaked in espresso, layers, usually a hard chocolate top. I go to you ever been to Neo Monde out there by NC State campus, the Mediterranean spot?
Yeah, I have. I went on a date there once.
So we're not going to go deep.
Shout out. You know who you are.
Hey, you know who you are. Anyways, they have a tiramisu in a cup. Delicious. I've never had a bad tiramisu. Publix has great tiramisu. I love the flavor of coffee. I love the moistness of the cake. I love that it is inherently soaked in coffee. So even if you have a bad tiramisu, it's not going to be dry. It's usually made with a light frosting that not even frosting, almost like a cream. And when you mix it all up, if it's made well, it's almost like you got a delicious piece of cake, dumped it in coffee, got some good cream, mixed it in there, some hard pieces of chocolate for texture. I'm in the stage of my life now where I see tiramisu, there's a 95% chance I'm ordering tiramisu.
So look.
And it wakes you up a little.
So here's my take is that look, the dessert I've had the most that has sucked is tiramisu. Like, I've never really had a great tiramisu, and maybe it's just what I like. Most of the time I have it, it's dry, it's uninspired, it doesn't pop.
I don't know where you're getting it from.
I like coffee-flavored stuff. I like sweets. My sister Olivia really loves tiramisu. I'm not saying it's in my bottom 3, but it might be. I have to check. It was definitely written down. It might have been erased and moved around, but we'll talk about it shortly. I'm shocked that that's your number one, though.
I love tiramisu.
I think Coke Float should be number one.
Go to Publix and get a tiramisu. And you know what? Why I had to put it number one is you like Coke Float. You don't like tiramisu.
I don't.
People out there.
No, like, I would eat it, but it's like, I'm not ordering it. If I see it on a menu, I'm like, it's just a risk because, truthfully, I've ordered it before in hopes that, tiramisu, that sounds good. I like coffee. It doesn't hit.
If you need to have a spoon when you eat tiramisu. If you get a nice piece of tiramisu on a spoon, it should be the tiramisu, but it should almost be forming a liquid underneath the tiramisu because it's that soaked in coffee or espresso.
So that reminds me, one that I should have put in my top 3 is Dolce de Leche, I messed up on. That might be number
You
one.
go to Tacos y Burritos, California, like 3 minutes away from here. They have the best three leche. Oh my!
Dulce de leche is so good. So that's my image of like a cake that's like drenched, like it's just.
A good tiramisu should be like that, and it should have layers. And it should have a hard chocolate crust. I've never had a
tiramisu where it's like.
We'll go to Publix.
It's like drenched.
We'll go to Publix and get one.
So that's interesting. Those are our top 3 for promotion. Now let's get to relegation. All right, guys. So now we're in our relegation portion. This is our 3 desserts that are up for relegation. Matt, give us your third from bottom.
Coming in at number 18. Okay, so it's a little bit of a hot take here. Snickers, the candy bar.
That's bizarre, dude. I thought we were going dessert, like dish, like.
I had to include it. Let me talk about it.
All right. Fair enough.
People oftentimes talk about the Snickers bar as if it is the premier candy bar. It is ubiquitous. People, if you go out on the street and you ask someone what their top 3 candy bars are, very rarely will they not mention Snickers. In theory, it should work. It has everything people like. It has the peanuts. Has the nice chocolate. It's got the caramel. I think it is the most overrated candy bar. To me, it hits kind of like a protein bar. It gives.
That's why I like it. That's why people like it.
It gives me.
It's a little more earnest.
I want my candy bar to hit like a 0 bar. Nothing about it is natural. I want my candy bar to be absolutely over the top insanity. If I wanted to have like a nice little nut with hey, hold on.
Hey, pause, bro.
Hey, peanuts with the what do they call it? Fondue? Not fondue. Nougat, peanut, caramel. Those are things I like. But if I want to go down that route, what I'm getting from the taste, I'll just get like a little protein bar or something. I don't want, because it tricks you. You eat it, you think you're doing something. Oh, it's almost a little healthy. It's not. It has the same nutritional value as all these other candy bars. You're just getting a little bit less enjoyment from it. I don't hate Snickers bar. If it's in front of me, I'll eat it. But a lot of people are quick to grab the Snickers. I'm quick to say, hey, you can have mine. I just wanted to kind of.
That's a hot take.
I wanted to give it a little bit of hate there.
So you're not saying candy bars at large. You're saying specifically.
No. I like candy bars. No. Okay. I like them from Goodyear bar to
but you realize
Fifth Avenue bar.
There are a lot worse than Snickers in the category.
They're just too. I mean, but people talk the way that people talk about them. They need to be. They need to go. They need to be relegated.
I'm just recognizing that it's not bad. It's just
it's not bad.
Inflated.
If I had a Snickers, if there's a little mini-sized Snickers right there, I'd eat it.
See, I grew up with little mini candy bars in the house. We were a little.
I'd take a Twix over it. I'd take a Three Musketeer over
Twix
it.
Is top
I'd take a Kit Kat over it. I'd take a Zero bar over it. I'd take a
Zero.
I'd take a Take 5 over it. I'd take a Reese's cup over it. I'd take a
dude.
I'd take a.
Would you take a Heath bar?
I'd take a Heath bar over it.
What?
Heath bar is fire.
Heath bar is the same like more earnest.
It's got it's got a toffee element to it that I like. Hell, give me a Mr. Goodyear before I touch a Snickers bar.
I like Mr. Goodyear's. I mean, look, I don't necessarily feel super strongly.
Snickers bar is just like a Quest bar to me.
Well, okay. You put them two up next to each other, brother. You picking the Snickers every damn time, brother. I'm just saying, Snickers are like touted like highly. I do like Snickers. I'm not like the biggest candy bar guy.
Their marketing budget's too big for what they are.
No, they make the most money out of all of them.
I'm done with them. If I never had to think about a Snickers for the next 5 years, my life would be better.
I will say, if I'm in a pinch and I need something with I don't do this, but if I were in the situation where I needed to go get something that would fill me up a little bit, I was in a desperate situation, and I only had candy to choose from, I'm picking the Snickers because it's good flavor. It's just
tricking
sweet. It's not tricking me because I eat protein bars, so like it's
an illusion.
It's in a different like.
Maybe it's because I don't eat protein bars.
Yeah, no protein bars. There are some really good protein bars, but like. You put them side by side, Snickers is like obviously way sweeter and way better than most of the protein bars. But that's fair enough.
They're hard on your teeth too.
I appreciate you having that your bottom three.
Yeah, that's just where I had to go.
All right, so my third from bottom in my relegation zone for desserts. My third from bottom is creme brulee.
Oh my gosh.
Creme brulee
Are you serious? That's elite.
is ass, dude. It's ass. Maybe I'm conflating it with flan. I don't know. Both of those are ass. Whichever
You gotta be thinking about the flan,
whichever ones are hard on top.
That's creme brulee.
Okay, yeah, creme brulee is ass, dude.
Come on.
It sounds so good on paper, and then you get it, and it's just like it's. There's nothing special about it. The consistency's a little off. It takes a little work to get in there, and for me, it just doesn't have the pop and flavor. There's so many better options. I'd rather have tiramisu than a fucking creme brulee, if I'm honest with you.
You're not. Here's the thing. It's not work to get in there. That little burnt sugar crust. You don't get that flavor anywhere else. With a sweet vanilla custard right underneath. You get the hard crunch. It's like you're eating a burnt, sophisticated.
The custard, like it tastes like I got one of those pudding packs from fucking Walmart, like those little vanilla, those butterscotch vanilla ones. That's what it tastes like, and the burnt sugar, whatever the fucking top is, doesn't have any really good flavor. It's just sugar.
But the torch sugar has a sophistication.
But hey, I'll tell you what will rot your teeth. Biting that shit. Hey, that's another reason I don't like it. The texture is bad. It's like you're eating straight like sugar bark, and it's just you can feel the cavity start to develop with every bite.
You go to a restaurant, you see creme brulee.
But see, they always have it, but it's never like good.
My only gripe with creme brulee, because I think it's flavor-wise amazing. I love that little burnt sugar part, and I love that vanilla little whatever it is. Don't like flan. Flan's a little gelatinous.
Flan is ass. Those two, hey, that might be in my addition to the bottom three, but flan is in there.
They hit it with a blowtorch. There's a presentation element that I appreciate. Comes out scorched.
They very rarely bring a presentation involved. I normally get it handed, and then it looks like
they hand it to. I've never been somewhere with a blowtorch, but you imagine the blowtorch is.
Well, see, that's what I'm thinking. There's so much hype around it. There's so much production. There's so much logistics.
You never get enough of it. It's like three spoonfuls and you're done with it. It's like give it to me in like a literal cereal bowl.
Yeah, that's another consideration for sure.
If the cereal bowl was full of that gelatinous good stuff, and then the whole top of that surface area was with the burnt sugar stuff, now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah, it feels like I'm not even getting.
They give it to you in a little sauce.
Yeah, I'm not even getting a full dessert here, so it's like, why would I even order? If they gave it to you on the side as like an accessory piece, then all right, whatever.
There's gripes. There's gripes.
But
it's
so
good,
yeah, let us know in the comments what you think about our first two there, creme brulee and Snickers, two hot takes. Let us know what you guys think. Matt, what is your second from bottom?
Second from the bottom. Peanut butter baddie from Girl Scout cookies. The peanut butter Girl Scout.
Girl Scout cookies is a good discussion because there are some hits and there are some misses.
So you ask somebody what their favorite Girl Scout cookie is. Peanut butter patty is almost always brought up. And I'm not.
Is it though? I don't know if I've ever heard that.
People eat I bet other than Thin Mint, it's the most ordered one.
Samoas are number one, dude. Samoas and Thin Mints, and
those are good.
Samoas are fire. I like Thin Mints. The peanut butter ones, they just taste like peanut butter. Like,
that's what I'm saying. They're nothing special. Shout out to our sponsor, Great Value Soy Sauce. If you could go to Walmart, I guarantee they got some type of Great Value cookie that's a peanut butter chocolate thing that tastes just the same. There's no X factor.
Well, that's a wider discussion we could talk about with Girl Scout cookies because
I'm not a hater. I support the Girl Scouts.
I support the Girl Scout element. Like it's an organization. I get why they do it. But if we're talking cookie quality, like you can get the same flavors, that taste better all year long.
They got some hits though.
Yeah, but you can get Samoas from Walmart.
Can you? Yes. I've never seen Samoas other than
every cookie brand makes Samoas.
Not. Or the Caramel Boys?
Yes.
You can get those other from not from the
caramel drizzle cookies. Yes.
So the Girl Scouts. I thought the Girl Scouts had a monopoly.
No, and then you can get Thin Mint variants. Like they just call them something different, but they're the same fucking shit. Obviously, they probably have their own recipe, but like they taste the same, if not better.
You know what?
I've had Samoas all year long before. Like
to me, they're like a seasonal treat. So I'm excited about this because you know what? Now it's got me looking at Girl Scout cookies in totality differently. But
That's what I'm saying.
I do support the Girl Scouts.
Yeah, I get why people buy them because it supports that. Well, actually, okay.
You're thinking Boy Scouts.
Yeah, I was about to catch myself.
You're thinking Boy Scouts.
Yeah, fuck the Boy Scouts.
I don't support the Boy Scouts. I support all my brethren out there that are trying to get their Eagle Scout.
Yeah, facts. No printer. All right, so that's a good one, I guess. Do you have anything more you want to say on that?
They're generic. There's so many other cookies that generate the same type of flavor profile, and they're kind of expensive. And whenever I'm trying to order Girl Scout cookies, it's always with somebody else involved, and I'm trying to get these things, and then they're always trying to bring in the peanut butter patty element. So it's always making it where I can't get my number 2 choice because their number, you know what I'm saying? It's always, they're working their way into my life. They're a little, presumptuous. A little forward. It's kind of like, I gotta hang out with, I gotta make small talk with the peanut butter patty again. Okay, cool. I'll do the peanut butter patty. Okay, cool. Peanut butter. We'll pretend like this is something crazy. Yeah. We'll pretend like the peanut butter patty is mind blowing. It tastes like a little peanut butter cookie. I'm sure the Keebler elves are doing something similar.
That's what I'm saying. Keebler makes some elves, so that's what I'm saying.
That's right. So, and miss us with the factory talk. I've heard it. Oh, they have their own factories and they have proprietary blah blah blahs on production methods. Okay, cool.
Fair enough. So my second from bottom in the relegation zone for desserts, a seasonal item, pumpkin pie.
Oh.
I think Matt likes pumpkin pie.
No.
Do you not?
Hell no.
Okay, all right, bat me on that.
I
wasn't sure if you liked it or not.
Let's go. Talk about it.
But look, pumpkin as a flavor profile, I'm just not that
It's
keen.
awful.
I get that people like it and like it, it's season, like it feels like Thanksgiving and stuff. I appreciate it being, on the menu. I appreciate it being in the spread, but I'm never getting a piece of it.
I don't even want it in the spread.
It tastes like yams. Like it's like just not good.
Let's not bring sweet potatoes into it.
No, I like sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
Yams are different. There's a distinction.
Is there?
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. But anyway, it shouldn't.
We will not dive deeper in that topic.
Pumpkin. We'll come back to it in a different episode.
We'll do research.
Pumpkin should not be a sweet setting. Like it shouldn't be a sweet thing. Like I get like pumpkins can be used for a multitude.
No one takes a pumpkin and bites it.
Yeah, exactly. No one gets the guts out and then takes.
No one's like, make sure we save this part when we're carving the pumpkin so we can eat it later.
And I'm assuming they take those guts and that's what they make into the pumpkin.
I think it's just an artificial creation off kind of this obscure scent.
You think it's just a fake flavor?
I think it's a fake flavor.
That blows my mind.
I think it's a fake flavor. I think it's just like when you kind of smell pumpkin. And you know what? Actually, that I think about it, I think that like that pumpkin spice flavor, like the pumpkin pie or like pumpkin spice flavored cookie or whatever, I think it's just kind of like a spice blend that makes you kind of think about fall. It's not even a real, because if the pie had the pumpkin in it, would we even be able to eat it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Be stringy.
I will say, I think I've seen a TikTok of someone make a pumpkin pie.
There's probably pumpkin
They
in
did
it.
use the guts, but
Is that a good thing?
No,
is that something to celebrate?
Because that's blowing my mind right now. That I think about it, is just some artificial manufactured flavor profile that's just seasonally like fall and Thanksgiving vibes.
Yeah, it's like there's probably a homemade pumpkin pie that incorporates the best part of a pumpkin that is probably delicious with spices and stuff. But when you go to like Food Lion or Walmart and they got the pumpkin pie out there, I'm guarantee it's just artificially.
Yeah, and look, for me, pumpkin pie, it just tastes like you're eating a candle. Like it literally has that essence to it. The consistency has that essence to it. So I'm just off the pumpkin pie. It's not for me. The crust, is general. It's like regular pie crust, so that's not really.
That ain't bringing nothing to the table.
So yeah, that's my second from bottom. If you like pumpkin pie, respect to you.
I thought that was your number one Oh no, it's not. That was your my bad.
That could have been my bottom.
I feel so strongly about it.
We'll talk about my bottom. I don't feel as strongly, but we'll move on.
To the people who are upset listening to this about pumpkin pie, if you like pumpkin pie so much, go. I want to see you eat a little bit of pumpkin. I want you to buy a pumpkin and then eat it. Because I like pecan pie and I'll eat pecans. I like apple pie
That's
and
what
I'll
I'm
eat
saying.
apple.
There's better options.
I like chocolate pie. I'll eat chocolate. I like blueberry pie. I'll eat blueberry. If you like pumpkin so much and you like your pumpkin pie, okay, cool. Go eat a pumpkin. Bottom of the table, the number one thing that I think needs relegation. Any fruit covered in chocolate.
Yeah, I agree.
Chocolate-covered blueberries, chocolate-covered raspberries, chocolate-covered strawberries specifically, chocolate-covered cranberries. I don't like them.
Deja had some this weekend, actually. I tried them. They're okay.
Okay.
There's nothing crazy about them, though.
I want to paint a picture here. You open the freezer. It's not your freezer. It's a significant other's freezer. It's a friend's freezer, and you're like, you got anything sweet? And they say, yeah. I got these chocolate covered raspberries. Okay. You got anything else? Nah, I don't really eat sweets. I just got these chocolate covered raspberries. They slap though. You tried these chocolate covered raspberries, and no, I haven't tried them. So you eat the frozen chocolate covered raspberry, and the chocolate is frozen to the point where it doesn't taste like chocolate. And then you're eating a frozen, dry, texture's ruined raspberry. I like fruits because of a number of things. Juiciness is one of them. When you have a chocolate covered fruit that is coming out of the freezer, you're losing all of the juiciness, the texture of the fruit, and you're not even getting good chocolate. Now, some of you might be thinking, oh, okay, I get that, but I like having the chocolate fountain and putting the strawberry under the chocolate. Do you? Really?
It's just show. I hate those. I've never had a great experience.
It's like, okay, it's never high quality chocolate floating in a fountain.
People in Golden Corral was acting like it was the same.
It's a lie, and I'm like, miss me with that. It's like if it was great chocolate, it wouldn't be in a fountain.
Yeah, how do they even make that happen?
And it's like, do you like the chocolate covered strawberry, or do you like having a strawberry under a chocolate fountain?
Yeah,
which objectively is kind of cool.
Yeah, that's cool. It's a show, though.
If someone likes them, I'll make it for them because I like that. But here's another thing. You have the chocolate covered strawberry. Your hand gets that chocolate all over it. So you're gripping the little stem part of the strawberry. You go to eat the chocolate covered strawberry. You better one bite that thing. You better one bite that thing, because if you take a half bite, the chocolate falls everywhere. So
is your gripe with the chocolate covered strawberries or also the prepackaged ones that you might get in a bag?
If it's any fruit covered in chocolate, I have beef with. Okay. I'm avoiding it like the plague. You cannot tell me that it's going to be good. The only exception are I like chocolate covered raisins. I was going to ask you. That's a bad. I like Raisinets. Those are doing something. I'll even like them out the fridge. But it's a raisin of fruit. They blend well together because the raisin doesn't have a juicy. Already dried out. It's dying for a little chocolate.
It's already chewy.
And it's like you eat a strawberry that's dipped in chocolate. You eat half the strawberry, and then you got that little part of the strawberry that's closer to the stem. It's less red. It's getting white towards the stem. It's not as sweet. You don't want to eat. You don't know how high up do I eat? Do I eat all the way to the stem? That never tastes right.
Yeah, no.
The chocolate's crumbling everywhere. Is it now? And you have to just miraculously have the chocolate that hardens. How long are you waiting for the chocolate to dry? If you don't wait for it to dry, it's an absolute mess, and it doesn't.
And don't even get me started on white chocolate. Have you ever seen the white chocolate ones?
Now,
hold on, he's switching his tone. Switching his tune. No.
I like white chocolate. I don't like white chocolate on a fruit.
Okay, yeah, I like white chocolate. I'm saying on the fruit,
I've seen
white chocolate fountains.
White chocolate, and you know what they'll try to tell us too. Oh, but what about a dark chocolate covered cranberry? No,
those are what I had this weekend. They're okay. It's just I'm never gonna buy these on my own accord.
No. So if I am totally against fruit dipped in chocolate unless it is a raisin. But now that I'm thinking about it, shout out to my grandpa. He had a fair at a stand at the fair. He did chocolate dipped bananas, but those are a little different. You get a banana, you dip it in chocolate, you roll it in nuts. That's its own thing.
How do you feel about caramel apples?
Oh, I love caramel apples. I love caramel apples as different things, though.
They are different. They're the same family.
I might like a caramel dipped strawberry.
So it's caramel. It's not a liquid going over a fruit that you don't like.
No. It's chocolate covered fruit. I love caramel / caramel.
Okay.
So that's my number. And another thing, and this is the last thing I'll speak on it. I know I've gone on, but they like this. I'm diving deep into the chocolate covered strawberry fountain experience. It's always like that's the star of the show. If you're at a restaurant or you're at a party, you're at something and it has that, that's probably the one thing they splurged on. Like that's we have the chocolate fountain and you can have strawberries, blueberries, marshmallow, whatever.
And so they upcharge on everything.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, hey, I wish you kind of just got an assortment of kind of delicious desserts and didn't do the chocolate fountain.
Yeah,
that's just how I feel. It's always a letdown because it's downhill from there.
Yeah. So my bottom for relegation for desserts is actually very similar to Matt's. I had a different one in the slot, but I changed it to fruitcake. And look, no one has ever had a piece of fruitcake. Like, let's just be honest.
Is anyone out here banging the table for fruitcake?
But that's where it gets in the equation where I don't know if it's a great pick here, but I do think that it has always been a part of the dessert pantheon, right? Like, you always hear about fruitcake, grandma's fruitcake. You see in cartoons and shows, like, oh, they're eating fruitcake in the 60s, 70s, 80s. I'm like, what merit did it have to even get in that stratosphere where we're putting it alongside, all these other titans of the dessert industry?
I agree.
So I'm like, it doesn't work. Similar to your fruit with the chocolate thing, I think fruit involved in desserts doesn't always connect, and it's very few fruits that can make it work.
If you're a fruit, you better be in a cobbler.
Yeah, or like banana pudding.
Exactly.
There's very few examples. So in this setting, it just doesn't connect for me, especially given that I think most fruitcakes have like not even like traditional like fruit. It has like cantaloupe,
pineapple,
melon, pineapple, cherries. Like I don't even know. Like, and also when we're talking about the actual cake part, that's ass too. It's like bran flakes or something. Like it's literally tastes like cardboard. Because look, I've had a couple bites in the past when I was a kid, and immediately I spit it out because it was just so bad, god awful. And I mean, look, someone come make me a fruitcake. Like if you think that fruitcake's good and you know how to make a good fruitcake, or you know someone who makes a good fruitcake, come on the episode of Off Rip. We will eat a fruitcake and we will make that decision based on that. We don't want it twisted on Off Rip that we are because we just had a very anti-fruit segment. We're pro-dessert fruit. In our top three, I know you love apple pie, and I love apple pie. You love a nice cobbler. Yep. I love a nice cobbler. Yep. Strawberry shortcake. We love that. Yeah. Fruitcake, not so much. But it only works. That's the thing. The fruits work in very specific settings.
Fruitcake is dense, isn't it?
It's dense. It's always in a round.
It's ugly too.
Yeah, it's ugly. But what's the other round cake that's actually fire?
Bundt cake. Oh, I'll kill a bundt cake.
But that's what I'm saying. If you put it up against bundt cake, it's in the same section. It's like all right. And it's gelatin. Isn't there a Jello component? I thought I've seen a Jello. I've seen like, Jello. What is going on?
I've seen a Jello component in the fruitcake. This is kind of an offshoot maybe of the fruitcake, but this was kind of considered on my list. What about like one of those like fruit parfaits where they try to sell it as dessert? It's like it's like yogurt with the fruit and the layers, and they're trying to sell it like it's a dessert. Are you with that?
No, I don't even consider that a dessert. That's not in this class.
But they put it in the dessert section. I was just in the dessert section, and they had like chocolate cake, strawberry shortcake, carrot cake, and then they had fruit parfait.
Well, I don't classify it that way, and I think
it's got oats in it, like oat.
That's a different thing.
That's a healthy snack.
Yeah, that's a
responsible decision.
Dessert category. I don't like that, but I'm not a big yogurt guy anyways, but
I'm not either.
It's not my category.
I hate yogurt.
Any healthy desserts were not really considered in this. Like if you think yogurt or whatever is in this category, I'm sorry, we just didn't think of it. If it was in this category, it would be my rock bottom of my table. It would be number 20. Like it would be going down. So fruitcake. I mean, you know, I mean, if someone bring us some, I'd love to try some if people really are riding for it. I know for this relegation context, like, I know people aren't, like, singing the praises of fruitcake. I just think it's weird how it's always there, and it's always, like, it just feels like it shouldn't even be a dessert. Like, why do people even eat it? Why do people even make it? Like, if it's in a spread, I've been to family reunions with a fruitcake involved. No one's taking a single slice. Someone might take a slice out of pity and then throw it away in the trash can, but everything else on the dessert table is getting ate up.
Pineapple upside down cake, are you with that?
That I put that in the same category.
Thank you.
That's a family reunion staple too. That I consider those kind of together. But yeah, I'm anti that. We like fruit desserts, but there are certain fruit desserts that really just do not work.
I agree.
Do not make sense.
I agree.
So that's our promotion and relegation for desserts. Thank you guys so much for watching the episode.
It's been a blast.
It's been real fun. We went pretty in depth on our dessert picks. Let us know if you guys have any categories or prompts that you guys want us to do.
We'll dive deep in anything.
Anything.
We
as you saw earlier with our geopolitical conversation, we'll be doing that periodically. Maybe every other episode we'll update on things going on.
Because if you're not informed, what are you?
Yep, we're just trying to help our viewers out, and we're trying to learn as we go along this process too. And desserts and geopolitics kind of go hand in hand, so we thought it just worked. But if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you guys leave us a like, subscribe to the channel Mira Audio. We're continuing to grow. We just hit 40,000 subscribers on YouTube. Make sure you follow me and Matt on Instagram. I don't know which Instagram Matt wants to shout out or if he even wants to shout out one, so we'll leave that blank. But my Instagram is right here at Prod by Dane. And make sure you're subscribed to the podcast on either Spotify or Apple Podcasts. And leave us a review, guys. We were at 5 stars on Apple Podcasts based on our original season. We'd love to keep getting those numbers up, so we really solidify that 5.0.
And to the people who enjoyed when we had guests on, I think it's going to be, we're going to start getting some people
on the horizon.
And I think what's going to be cool is, we're going to bring guests on, and maybe they choose the topic.
That's what it would be.
It's something they're an expert on, and we kind of step in their world. And so...
we'll figure out that content. I think definitely we'll have a prompt, and they'll give a promotion relegation right there along with us, and maybe it'll be something very specific to that person.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys on the next episode.
Wait. Great Value Soy Sauce. Thank you.
Right. Great. Shout out to Great Value Soy Sauce. If you guys have any sponsorship ideas, or you guys know of any companies or brands that are looking for a partnership with a really cool new-ish podcast, send us an email or a DM.
Anyone other than Walmart and Lance Peanut Butter Crackers, because they have already chosen to be sponsored the show. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.